Hello, welcome to the rental property refund. This is our interface for allowing you, the rental property owner, to come in and get an allocation for 1245 personal property, 1250 land improvements, and then also 1250 real property that without having to know very much about cost segregation at all. As you can see, it's been designed um, sort of like TurboTax or QuickBooks to be very simple in its implementation to allow you to get the greatest benefit without having to sort of jump through all the hoops that a normal cost segregation operation would have to. What we've done is we've simplified everything back to sort of just a really easy question and answer that's tile based, so that you guys can go ahead and just self-report on what you have at your property, and then in the background we'll automate and we'll build back your property with from the ground up with RS means costs, which is sort of the gold standard according to the IRS Audit Techniques Guide. So with that, I'll go ahead and get started with a little demo here. All right, so we're just right now, the first page, we're just asking about optional land improvements to your property. If you had any fence, you'd click fence. If you have sidewalks, you'd click sidewalks. If you have patio, you'd click patio. If you had a pool, you'd click that. If you had a hot tub, etc. Retaining walls, flagpole, etc. So go to the next step. What type of driveway did I have? Say concrete. It's pretty common. What type of patio do you have? Let's say concrete. Go with concrete here. What type of fence do you have? Let's say there was chain link. Was it the front yard, backyard, both front and back? Let's say it was both front and back. Type of retaining walls you have. Concrete block is pretty common. Maybe timber, but hey, we could select more than one if we wanted, but we'll just keep going. So this is just a little summary of what you've picked so far. You can come in here and you can change this if you want. You can add new stuff to it if you need. Uh, but we'll just keep going. Save and continue. Put in lot size in acres. So let's say 0.82 acres. Next step. So this question is all about getting the size of your driveway without you having to go out and measure it. So, if you could fit 10 cars in your driveway, all parked right next to each other, just imagine you could put as many cars as you possibly could in your driveway. How many would that be? Well, let's just say it was 10 for this house. How many square feet is your patio? So it's like, hey, is my patio, 20 feet by 10 feet? Is it 5 feet by 10 feet? If it's 20 by 10, it'd be 200 square feet. Average height of block retaining walls in feet. So if you have a block retaining wall and it's, like kind of a planter in your backyard, maybe it's 3 feet high and then, it goes 20 feet across the back of your yard. Just click that. This is the second sort of like summary area where we also include those numbers you just put in. Kind of go over what you did and change it if it doesn't look right to you. It's another way to check to see that your answers look good. Save and continue. Now you'll pick sort of the optional amenities on the outside of your house. Did you have external wall lights? Do you have a garage in your house? Probably. Do you have balconies, detached carports, and decks? Let's pick a deck. Oh, by the way, there's just so you notice down here, there's a save and return later button here. This save and return later allows you to click it if you don't have time to finish things right now and you kind of want to just come to a stopping point. You'll see this screen and it'll just say, okay, your property's been saved, and then you'll get an email, and that email will have the link and it'll send you right back to where you were in the property. So I'll go ahead and just pause this and we'll come back to the property right where we were. Okay, I just clicked on the link to come back from the email and you'll see I'm just right here on this property, the same place I was. We can go ahead and just resume now. What type of primary exterior wall finish do you have? Stone veneer, brick veneer, wood siding, vinyl siding. See, we've got most of what anything you're going to see, stucco or EIFS, same in this case. Cinder block. So let's just pick stucco. And then let's say there was some stone veneer on it. Next step. Was it a gabled or a flat roof? Most people have a gabled roof, but if you have a flat roof, you choose that. What type of roof finishes do you have? Let's see. I'll just pick asphalt shingle. It's pretty common. What type of wall lights did you have? Wall sconces and floodlights. I'll pick both. Was the garage attached to the house, detached from the house, or both? If you had both, you'd put here. So I'll go ahead and just pick two. Let's say there was one inside and then one on the outside. So now we're here with, well, what type of deck do you have? You can choose attached, detached, or both attached. I'll just choose one that's attached. And here it's another summary, and you can change any of these answers or add stuff if you need to, or go back if you need to add more improvements. Um, let's save and continue. How many cars can fit in the attached garage? So this is just like how many car garage is it? Is it a 2 car? Is it a 3 car? Is it a 4 car? So we'll put a 2 in the attached, and let's say we have an exterior garage that also has a 2 car. Attached deck square footage. So this is the same thing. It's like if you look out at your deck and you're like, oh, it's 15 feet by 10, it's 150 square feet, right? Just do it. Any sort of a quick calculation in your head is fine. Just get close. Another summary here that lets you change all the answers if you need to, or go back, save and return to later, still here at the bottom. Okay, finishes inside the home. So if you have crown molding in your house, chair rail, window treatments, wallpaper, I'll choose window treatments and wallpaper, maybe a little chair rail here. Next, what type of living room floor finish do you have? Is it carpet, linoleum, laminate, wood, tile? Let's just choose carpet for now. Master bedroom floor finish, just choose carpet as well. Type of kitchen floor finish, I'll choose laminate. What type of kitchen countertop do you have? Plastic, laminate, tile, corian, quartz, granite, or marble? Let's choose granite. Um, you have a small kitchen, sort of like an average, like you'd see it almost anyone's house you go to, or is it larger than average? Is it quite large? I'll just pick average here. What type of master bathroom floor finish do you have? Okay, let's choose laminate. What type of master bathroom countertop do you have? Let's choose the same we chose before. Say it was the same throughout the house. All right, did you have any of these window treatments? Vertical blinds, mini blinds, plastic blinds. These are like, they're kind of like mini blinds, usually bigger, but plastic, or just plastic shades. I'll just choose these. Keep in mind, this is how you bought your house. All these questions are asking about the condition that you bought your home and not things that you put in afterward. Wallpaper coverage, only a small portion of walls, several walls are covered, majority of walls are covered. Let's just say that several walls are covered. Okay, so we've got here another summary. Go through past this, and then we'll answer some more questions. Do you have a crawl space in your house? That's going to be important for us to rebuild the foundation. As I stated earlier, we're building everything from RS Means components. You'll see a line by line accounting of everything that got built into this property at the end when I show the report. So if you did have a crawl space, you'd say yes. If you have a garbage disposal, you'd say yes. Most of these questions are pretty self-explanatory. If you have any of these things when you bought your house, you would just say yes. Is there a built-in wine fridge? Sure, why not? Is there a basement? We'll ask if it's finished later. Is there a laundry room? Sure. Fireplace, ceiling fans? We won't choose. Oh, but built-in microwave is pretty common. I'll put in this built-in range hood too. Type of stove do you have? Is it electric or gas? Let's put gas. Air conditioning system, let's put a central AC. Obviously we have heat only and none. Type of basements do you have? Is it finished, unfinished, or finished? Let's put a finished basement in. Type of basement floor finish do you have? Tile, wood, laminate, linoleum. Let's say it's laminate down there. Type of dryer do you have? Electric or gas? If you're not sure, I just pick electric. You're just going to get an allocation here. I'll just put electric. That's much more common. Optional amenities in your laundry room, sink or cabinets. I had both in this house. I'll put sink and cabinets in the laundry room area. All right, another summary. Almost finished here. It's going to be the final summary. How many total bedrooms in the house? 4. How many baths? Let's say 2, and then we'll say we have 1 half bath. We'll keep moving. The number of stories, excluding the basement and the attic. So was it, a 2-level with, and then the finished basement below, and then it probably has an attic. If that's the case, then you still just have 2 levels. You wouldn't count the basement or the attic. Total home square footage. So this is you'd get off of Zillow if you didn't know, or you could get it off your property card, or that information should be contained somewhere. Let's say 2,000 square feet. The number of fireplaces, we'll just say there was 1. Number of ceiling fans, we'll say there were 5. And then here we go. This is our final check to go through, and you can check anything you want, or you can just submit the property. Click yes here. When it goes through, you'll see a success page. So when your report's done, you'll get that success page, and that means that your property's done. It means we've fully formed your report and we've sent you an email with the report in it. I'll go ahead and pause here and I'll switch screens so that you can see the email, the report that you get. So now you'll see that we got to the report. This is the report that came up in the email. We give you an estimated tax savings over and above of what you could have expected in the foreseeable future here with a breakdown. We give you what you need for your depreciation schedule that you're going to put into your tax return, or your accountant will do that. The purchase, this is just the summary of key data. One other thing to note here, I didn't do a property that has this, but you would have, if you had a look back here, you would have your look back information with the 481A adjustment built in. That's something we do automatically for our customers. So you would get that information automatically here, and you'd get an addendum that's of what you need to provide extra as far as the 3115 and 41A adjustment in your tax return or with it. Then moving on, this is the report we furnish you. So this is just to be held on in the case that you ever come to an audit. We build everything from RS means components. Everything gets an RS means number. RS means is sort of the gold standard as far as building these properties for cost aggregation purposes. It's right there in the IRS Audit Techniques Guide. So we build, as I said earlier, we build everything from scratch. Everything in here is at the component level.
What we mean by building things back with components is we're actually estimating the amount of each component, and then we're using these RS means costs to rebuild the property piece by piece, and that's how we're getting this estimation of the value for each piece. We're not just saying statistically for a single family home of this square footage, this is how much concrete money you would have spent. This is how much value would be in the doors. This is how much value would be in the external walls. And then we're taking all of this and we're reconciling back to the purchase price.
So at the end, you have a purchase price of the property, and this is what the purchase price was. This is what we estimated it cost, but obviously these are not going to be the same because RS Means didn't build your house, A, and B, because a lot more things play into what the value of your home is now as opposed to what it was replacement cost new. So what we're doing here is we're just saying that we've estimated this with RS Means components, but if you paid, this is what you paid for the house. Now everything gets reconciled up to that price based on what you paid. Okay, that's the end of the report. Thank you for watching.